the rules of the business, regressions of the business.
Well, it has to do with roles, but it has to do with whether these roles are the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do in business.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary. We have vocabulary and definitions over here. Okay, so we're going to look at the bullet points and just match them to the definition. So first one, ethics. What are ethics? You can choose from these bullet points.
In that acting, maybe number one, acting in the manners that is legal.
Not quite. So there's a difference between ethical and legal. The answer for ethics is this one, number 3. Can you read it to me, please?
The rules that someone uses to they decided on what is the importance to them and how they should behave in the particular situation.
Yes, very good. So let me translate ethics for you quickly. Oopsie, spelled wrong. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So ethics are what you think is good and bad, but law is what the government tells you is right and wrong and you can and cannot do. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one over here, sweatshop. So what is a sweatshop?
Maybe number 4, a place where the people produce a lot of the goods will be in paid very low wages. They often working in the poor or the dangerous condition.
Yes, perfect. And this word, we say it like this. Wages.
Wages.
Yes. What's the difference between salary and wages? Do you know?
No.
No problem. So salary is when you get paid once a month, but wages are when you get paid every week.
Okay, wages.
Yes, there we go. Okay, let's do number 3, lawfully. So what does lawfully mean?
Lawfully, acting in the way that does not be considered no. Acting in the manner that is legal.
Yes, very good. If something is lawful, it is legal. Okay, next one. First, what does this word say?
Beneficial?
Yes, very good, beneficial. And what does beneficial mean?
Maybe from the professional way from this.
Beneficial, here it's number 2. Can you read it to me, please?
Having positive effects for someone or something.
Okay. Yes, so something is beneficial for you, it means it is good for you. It has positive effects on you.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, perfect. And then we have one last one. Just want to go down a bit here. And the last one is amoral. So what does amoral mean?
I think it's number 5, acting in a way that is not considered with what is the right or justified thing to do.
Yes, very good. So amoral is when you act in an unethical way. So you're not concerned about what is right. You just do what you want, even if it hurts someone in the process. And this word, we say it like this. Concerned. Concerned, yes, excellent. Okay, let's just add it over here. Did you get your class notes and material that I uploaded to Google Drive?
Yeah, I see.
You did, great. Okay, excellent. So let's move on to some speaking. Okay, now number 1. What rules do you think a company needs to follow in order to act ethically?
Any rules related to the human being?
Yes. So remember, these are rules that are acting ethically. For example, don't cheat your customers. If a customer's product is broken, give them a refund or a replacement. That is ethical. Or don't treat your employees badly. Don't make them work too many hours without paying them enough, because that is unethical. So what rules do you think a company needs to follow in order to act ethically?
Don't cheating about our product to buy it.
Yes, there we go. And you would say, no. Here, can you read this part, please?
No tricking customers into the buying product.
Into buying products, yes. So don't cheat when you market your products. Don't trick your customers into buying it. Give them the right information and let them make a decision.
Yeah.
Very good. And what about in the workplace, how the company treats their employees? What is an ethical way for a company to treat its employees?
Don't make the work hours long. Than or what we agree with them.
There we go. What you could say is, can you read this to me, please?
Okay. Don't give your employees long work hours without paying them for their time.
Yes, there we go. Very good. What does compensate mean? Do you know?
Maybe tell him.
So to compensate is to give someone what they deserve for something they did. Here we go. Does this make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, so if your employees are working long hours, you need to compensate them and give them enough money for it. What about sick leave? because I've worked for a company that didn't give us any sick leave. We had 12 days a year that we could take leave, and that included holidays, family leave, emergency leave, sick leave, tech problems, everything. So the one day the doctor booked me off, I was very sick. He said I shouldn't go to work. This was on the Monday, and the school only gave me the Thursday off. Do you think that was ethical of them?
No, absolutely, it is unethical.
There we go. Yes, unethical. Very good. So, how must companies behave ethically when it comes to leave and sick leave?
Maybe consider this sick at least some number of allowed to number of sick leaves or determined the number of the sick leave is allowed to accept it.
There we go. Yes. So how you could say this is can you read this to me, please?
Give your employees a reasonable and the acceptable amount of the sick leave.
Yes, very good. All right. So let me just add this to your notes quickly. Okay, and now next question. Do you think that your company always follows these rules? Yes or no?
Yes, I think my
Yes.
company always follows this rules.
Very good. So what happens when a company acts unethically towards its employees? What are the consequences?
I think there is some militaries in the government. Can the employee take the rights from the company?
Well, yeah, well, that's if the unethical actions are illegal as well. But sometimes it can be legal, it's just unethical. So if a company acts unethically towards its employees, can you read this to me, please?
Okay. If a company acts unethically towards its the employees will get demotivated and will not be as productive as they should be. Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Very good. What does productive mean? Do you know?
Related to the performance of or quality of the work.
Yes, that's mostly to do with performance. So it means you're performing in a way that is beneficial, that is good for you or good for something or someone. Okay, there we go. And what about customers? What will happen if the organization or the company acts unethically towards its customers?
Maybe this customer do not trust it again and do not come back to and buy another product from this company?
Yes, there we go, 100%. They will lose trust in this company. Pardon me. So remember, we can say this customer because it's one. But if you say customers, we say these customers. If it is two or more. So this customer, one, these customers, two or more customers. So you could say, let's say, can you read this to me, please?
Customers were less trusted in the company and will not return to buy more products.
Yes, there we go. Excellent. Okay. Let's go on to the next question. So, do you think that in business there is always an element to making profit that is unethical? So, do you think there's always something unethical a business needs to do if they want to make profit? Sorry.
I think that in business there is always an element to make the profit that is the unethical. Yes, I think that's in the business.
Yes, all right. Why do you think this?
Because we are human beings. So I think something inside us, if you do not fighting them, so there is anything can we do unethical in unethical way.
Here we go. Yes, to be profitable, a lot of businesses are unethical. For example, I worked for a company once, and there was an owner by the name of John. And I only worked for them for 1 month, and then they closed down. But he was still supposed to pay my salary at the end of the month. So what he did is he stole all of the funds out of the business. He stole all of his partner's money, cashed it out, put it into his bank account, and then he liquidated the business. So he declared bankruptcy. So he closed the business down so that he wouldn't have to pay anyone, but he took all of the money for himself. So this guy made a lot of money. He was profitable, but he was very unethical with how he did it. Okay, pardon me. Okay, let's look at this one. Are all lawful activities ethical? Why or why not?
Because if I follow the rules, so I in the safe side, I do the ethical thing.
Let's look at these two words, ethical and legal. Okay, so ethical is to do the right thing, but legal is to do what the government says I can do. So sometimes the government gives us guidelines, but they don't think of everything. So there are some unethical things that you can do that are still legal, like the example that I just gave you of the man John who liquidated the business. He took all of the money out of the business and then he said, oh no, there's no more money for the business. What he did was legal. He was allowed to do that, but it was very unethical. So, in general, even if an activity is legal, it doesn't always mean that it's ethical.
I agree.
Yes. So, how do you know whether something is ethical or unethical in business?
That dependent on the what the activities are.
Yes.
If it is hurt someone or hurt something, if it is follow the rules but hurt someone, it's unethical. Maybe say that kind of the activities or what influence this activity on other.
There we go. You are 100% right. So here you would say, can you read this to me, please?
If this hurts someone.
Yes. And this one is similar.
If it follows the rules. Yeah.
Yes. And over here you could say,
Back these activities. Okay. We can back this activity.